The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're live at VTV Woodfire Pizza and Grill, where the score is 27-3. So it looks like Hillman might have been, or excuse me, Soldier may have been correct.
I'm no dummy. I've been going to this school for 7.5 years. I'm no dummy.
Yeah, I know, but I would have. Now, I'm not saying you're a dummy, but I would have got with Matt on his score more than I would have you.
Right, but
Matt
that's
and
the
I are
problem.
somewhat close.
Well,
I'm much like the Jaguars, just ready for freaking bed.
Oh my
Trevor
God!
Lawrence is the most overrated
What is going
$55
on?
million quarterback in the league.
Is he throwing?
More than
Okay,
Daniel Jones?
Here's my
Horrible.
question: Are
Yes,
they
I
running?
take Daniel Jones at $40 million over him at 55.
Daniel Jones actually didn't look too bad.
Yeah, he can run the ball. Lawrence is a long face.
Is he throwing
horse
to
face that can
places
do.
where guys aren't?
He
Like-
sucks. He was overrated in college.
Sorry.
Way overrated.
Here we go. Joe! I was hoping that Matt was going to be
shot.
right that we would have another touchdown before the half.
I would not be
might.
shocked at all to see another touchdown here.
Wait a second. That's a defensive.
Yeah, it was 5 yards. He was offsides. It was a good play. It's a free shot.
Okay.
He's
Great
throwing
play.
every ball off his back foot, though. He's not stepping into it. I don't know why.
Well, that'll hurt him against a good defense, not this defense.
Yeah. What is going on with Allen? I mean, they look great, but you keep saying he's throwing off the back foot, which would.
He can do it, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the.
But
There's
imagine
no
if he
problem with
was stepping
zip on
into
the
it.
ball.
No.
He
there's
might
not.
throw it through the guy if he steps into it.
Like
That's
Favre
what
back,
I was
right?
afraid. I go, holy
Like Brett
shit.
Favre back in the day.
Yeah. Like John
There you
Elway.
go. All right, another first down.
All right.
They're going to at least get a field goal here, but I still think they're going to take a shot at the end zone.
Kicking's still not their forte.
Oh, you ain't lying there.
Another flag.
Another flag.
Helmet
Just
to
against
helmet.
the defense? Oh, it might be helmet to helmet. All right, what should we be bothered as Bills fans that we didn't get the primetime Monday night team? They're on ABC with Elway and
Nah, I think you're better off with these
not
guys.
Elway. What do I say? Elway. Troy Aikman.
Who the hell wants to listen to Joe Buck?
And white Jay-Z.
Ooh, it is a personal foul. That's 15 yards.
Okay. All right.
They're just
They
gonna-
might be right. They might get this touchdown.
They're going to
after
get a
all.
touchdown.
I mean,
It's
they
going to
look,
be Kincaid.
they look great, and it,
Well, I don't know why that's a personal foul.
No, that was shoulder to head.
Was that his
but-
shoulder?
yeah,
That's a lame call.
yeah, it's a bad call. Well, it's a good one if you're.
Yeah, it's only a bad call if it doesn't go your way.
I know. But well, it's so much fun here because every time they score, Matt's gonna have to jump up and go hit the shot song if they.
Except for that fucking receiver sucks.
Let's see.
Keeps cutting out on me.
We're gonna do. We're gonna get him a new receiver.
I spent
Dave Davis might be available.
$500 2 years ago. I think.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, get out of bounds, idiot. Get out of bounds. Jesus Christ, it's fundamentals.
They got to have timeouts.
They got one.
We could get the guy to come here and sing this shout song for us. Remember the game we went to, and they had the guy that actually sings. We went to a game. They actually had the guy that sings this shout song from the Animal House.
Oh, really?
I was
Yeah.
thinking Joey
Oh.
Mercado could come do it.
I bet we could. I bet we could.
Joe
You'll
Mercado
regret
and
having him here because he'll be wanting to come back.
Oh, boy.
Joe and the Morgan twins, the duet.
Yes.
Oh my God! I found an old video I had on my YouTube channel of the Morgan twins in a studio.
In the studio doing what?
They were on the radio on CNN.
Oh, they
when
were
I was doing
singing?
morning.
Oh, that's
Oh.
great.
They didn't sing. They were just doing their.
I thought you said video. It could have been anything.
No, I know. They were sitting down, and it was.
From what we heard.
And I'm sober right now. And this.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Sorry.
All right, here we
Mr.
go.
Ivan had a drink.
Bills with 23 seconds left in the first half.
There you go.
You got it. I think I drank enough for everybody.
Oh wow!
All right.
All right, so 33,
Now we're
potentially 34-3. Was that the score you had?
34-10.
34-10. So if the Bills don't score again in the second half and they get a touchdown, you will have nailed this.
What do I get?
You
Dinner
get
with the Morgan twins.
you get
Yes.
that you get the claw machine doll that Jameson won for you.
It cost me $3.
Yeah,
and
I
I
know
had
it
to give him
did.
a couple more bucks.
Did you?
Yeah, give him a couple more bucks. Try to win himself something.
No, you did. I gave. How about you? Did you? I gave him money too. What is he doing working this scam?
Oh, he knew what he was doing.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, this is, I mean, look, I know we're 3 games into the season and it feels good, but if they lost 3 games, we'd be out of our minds.
Well,
so.
yeah, but you have to understand, though, is that all of a sudden we were being called here because here comes the song.
Yeah. This is inside BTV right now. This is fun.
Yeah.
All rights reserved.
What were you saying?
You have to remember, though, they all of a sudden they get rid of all their veterans and they're to this young team right now.
Yeah, they are.
They very well could have lost their opening game.
Yes, they
They
could
go
have.
into Miami and they just trounce on a good
team.
good Miami team.
Yes, and I still think it's a
Jacksonville isn't very much, but this is the game that they would lay an egg the last
Yes, it is. You're right.
couple times.
You're right.
Baltimore and Houston, big games. Then if they can beat beat one of them, then we can actually, it actually might be.
Oh, come on now. Buffalo media heavy going to the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Yeah,
Buffalo's going to the Super
all
Bowl.
right, ESPN too. What do you think, Matt, of like the next 2 games? Baltimore. I think they have a better chance of beating the Texans.
You have the better chance of beating the Texans.
I really believe that.
Baltimore, I think, is too physical for
Yeah.
Buffalo, and I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore's too physical for Buffalo.
Baltimore hasn't beaten Buffalo in a while, though.
They're
No,
a
they
finesse.
haven't.
Buffalo's a finesse team.
Yeah,
They're going to get punched in the mouth next week. If they win that game, then you sold me. Texans are a finesse team. That's a team that Buffalo will beat.
Yeah, I could see that. The Bengals and the Commanders on the other on ABC right now, and
The yawn game.
well, it's kind of
Washington's winning, though.
yeah, they're winning 14-7. So
That'd be great.
yeah, I could see them. I mean, I
That'd
don't
be
know
the
what.
best team in the NFC East.
Well, did Philly beat
They shouldn't have won, but they
the
did.
Saints?
Did you watch
Eagles
that
should be
game?
0-3 right now.
Did you watch that game?
I only saw highlights.
Philadelphia should have never won that game.
How did
They
they
should
win
be
it?
They
0-3.
pulled it out of their ass.
No, that's what matters.
Well, good teams find a way to win.
Yeah. Yep.
Bad
I
teams find a way
really
to lose.
would say that I don't mean to go harping on it again for you, but I thought Dallas was impressive on that comeback.
In the fourth quarter,
Yeah, I really, really thought that.
Yeah,
that was.
but
I know, but
everybody comes back on Baltimore.
Do they?
do? Yes.
oh,
they'll win 9 or 10 games. That's all they're going to win. They might squeak in the playoffs.
look who's wandering over here. Oh.
You told me to.
I just
I gotta
no.
listen to the Rams.
Just say real quick.
They think I'm Nostradamus. I told them I go, this game will be
Come over and talk into a microphone, Mr. Radio. Talking to the microphone. You gotta just say something in there.
And I said maybe 35 to whatever.
Wait, could you talk into the goddamn microphone?
What's the score?
The score right now is 34
I
to
told
3.
them the score could be out of hand, 30-something, whatever, by half, because the Bills have had no competition yet this year.
Yeah.
This team doesn't belong on the field with them.
No, I apparently not.
I agree with that.
With
actually.
that, you agree. All right. Okay. Okay. We'll be careful.
I actually agree on that one.
Maybe next week. They're at the Ravens.
I
Maybe
know.
next-
No, I
What-
said next week is the game that's going to
But-
prove
but-
when they
but
get punched in
the-
the
the
face with a
Ravens-
physical team.
The Ravens won against your team yesterday. I'm not going to. They smoked them early, but then the Ravens do what the Ravens do. They allowed, and
I thought Dallas looked great in
and
that fourth
if
quarter. I
Dallas'
really did.
defense had one stop on
Yeah.
36,
Yeah.
it's over because Dallas
Yep.
would have scored.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they couldn't make that one stop.
So it's
because
not
their
an
defense
offensive
sucks.
problem to me with Dallas.
It's
It's
not
a
an offensive
defensive.
problem. It's a defensive problem. It has been since 2018 when the Rams ran for 270 yards in a playoff.
Holy.
It's been that problem for 6 years, and they haven't addressed it because they like to pay the big guys, the big
Yeah,
names,
yeah.
Dak and CD.
Yeah.
Pay somebody on the fucking defense to make a tackle. They can't tackle to save
No,
their
they
lives.
weren't tackling it well.
They're
They
a
were
bunch
not.
of fucking pussies. That's why.
And Matt, that blows me away because the one
Finesse.
That is,
You could
that is
finesse.
spoken like a true fan right there.
Finesse players
That
is what
says
they
it
are.
all.
But
Yes,
the
sir.
one thing you could always count on with Dallas, especially in the past few years, with my favorite player, even though apparently Dallas fans aren't a fan of him anymore, Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
The defense wasn't the problem.
They
It was Dak throwing picks and this
Yeah,
or
but-
that.
but that's
now their
not-
defense can't stop anybody.
Dak threw 9 interceptions last year, so I'm not
That's
sure
not
how the
bad.
problem was last year.
Well,
The defense can't stop a fucking running
No,
game. to
what did
save
Josh
their
have
lives.
last year? 14,
Yeah,
21,
yeah.
something like that? That was ridiculous.
Interceptions are overrated. We've talked about this.
No.
Stanford throws more interceptions than anybody. They find a way to win a Super Bowl.
No, they
Wow.
find a way to win all the time, like they did yesterday. Who thought they'd win yesterday?
I didn't.
Well, my God, it was the
did not.
wheelchairs against the wheelchairs.
Throw it. They just threw it
Well,
away.
we had way more. We have 11 people on IR. We have way more, and you can't say they had 3-star offensive players. We had our 2-star wide receivers and 3 starting offensive linemen. So it was equal. Let's say it was
I
equal.
don't
Is
disagree
this
with you there.
do you have these conversations at home with your wife?
No, just himself.
No, you know what Jennifer
I
does?
want to know what Jennifer does.
And you've seen my wife. with
I've seen your wife.
Everything.
Yeah.
She has her Ram stuff on. She'll put her T-shirt on
Yeah.
or whatever. She got tons of different shirts to wear for this. She always puts it on.
Yeah.
She puts our new grandson will have a Ram thing on. Although the new the father of the new grandson, because there's 2 different ones. Let's just quiet with that. He's a big Giants fan, so he don't like Maverick. His name is Maverick.
You're fucking nuts.
He doesn't
Why are
like.
you shooting this shit into a microphone? We're not going to go there. You just threw it out there.
Who cares?
You're a
So
troublemaker.
anyway, it's all good. They're my grandkids.
Yes,
I love
they
them.
are. You will
So-
love them. That's
so
right.
I mean,
anyway, my point is
appreciate the Rams stuff.
my point is my first grandson, Alex.
Yeah.
He's a Ram fan because he's 5 years old now, and his father didn't care.
Right.
You know, the new one, Tyler. I love him. Maverick, the new grandkid. He's a huge Giants fan. So I'm at that festival yesterday. First thing I get a text is, "How about those Giants?" Because they won the game. You know. So I love the kid because he's a true fan like you and I.
Yeah.
So even though we know,
Hey, man, live and
and
die
I know
with that
you're a
team.
Giants fan. Well,
I was.
Yeah.
I will say that
I don't want to talk about that. Like he was a Jets fan.
No,
so.
I
Oh
flipped.
boy, here we go.
Sitting at training camp, meeting these players, talking to the players over the years, I became a fan during the shitty years of the Buffalo Bills. Only because you got to sit with Eric Moulds and you got to sit with Drew Bledsoe. And
Preach.
once you, and I
Yeah,
couldn't,
these fuckers don't get it.
couldn't after that like
Because
go.
you know what? I could never
I
abandon
know.
my team.
I know you can't. I know you can't.
Sorry.
I can't.
I would
well,
never
here's the thing that
switch teams,
here's why I switched to
especially inside the division.
the Giants. Well, this was
We live in Rochester, New York.
Well, this was AFC.
I worked in fucking radio. Exactly. He said
Yes.
we went to Travis Henry's
Yes.
fucking house for
Yeah.
a party with all the cocaine on the table.
Well, you know what?
I
You
mean-
can root for him. There's
No,
no way I abandon my own team. Sorry,
can't.
guys.
That's-
Sorry, guys.
Because I really missed out a lot on with the Jets, right? Yeah, because that really
I'm not
hurt.
saying you did. I just couldn't do it.
After the Super
Craig's
Bowl
been
run,
trying for 3 years.
You know,
So
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to. I love Mark. Mark is one of my dearest
There we
friends
go.
in the world.
Is
But
he?
I will bust his balls because,
But I
like
will.
you,
Yeah.
like you, because I've been doing the radio stuff. I knew ways before you did, before any of you people did, and I've been doing it longer and all that. When I was doing it, and I remember when Mark the Soldier showed up.
Yeah.
And we used to bust his balls because he had his Jets jerseys on.
Oh,
And he was he was so proud of it, and I loved that about him. And then he changed. See, for me,
But-
but Mark,
you don't change. Bill tried to explain how it happens. You just all of a sudden you start going to Bills games, and all of a sudden you just don't start following the team that you were following. That's
for
how
me,
it
it was
happened.
more getting to know the players.
Yeah, we
and
knew
then
pla-
going to dinner. And
I
stuff
went
with
to
the
Bills
players.
camp with
Yeah.
Luis many times. I
Yeah.
met a lot of the players.
Yeah.
I had season tickets to the Bills.
Right, well,
I
you're
went
a
to
bit-
the Bills
you're a
playoff
truer
game, and I
fan
saw
than me.
Joe
I couldn't
Montana
help it.
play.
They're bigger football fans. than we are.
I liked it when look. I think the loyalty to the team is
I agree.
fantastic.
Okay.
I couldn't be that loyal to the Giants after a while.
And then,
What can I say?
And I like
something?
to think that I started to like the Bills when they. I mean,
I mean,
Trent
not for
Edwards,
nothing, but the Giants have won
Trent
2 Super Bowls in the
Right.
last
They did.
15 years.
That's where I was going to
but
go.
I wasn't a fan then.
Bills have sucked,
I wasn't
sucked
really
for
a fan
seven. Bills sucked for 17
They did,
years.
and I
So-
was rooting for like a
Well,
Trent
okay.
Edwards.
So
or
during the
somebody
first Super Bowl with the Giants and the Bills, what were your team fan of?
I was a fan of the Giants.
Okay.
because I lived down there.
All right, so at least you got to see a Super Bowl.
I did. I did
And that
see
was the only Super Bowl the
They could have lost
Bills
that.
had
It
any
was
chance of
really
winning.
close to losing it too.
They were.
Because they were an embarrassment
They
and
were
all the other
7-point
ones.
underdogs.
So-
Yes.
I just want to tell you why I am the way I am. I'm older than everybody at this table.
No, you look great though.
No, thank you. So I grew up in a neighborhood in the city of Rochester that we were kids back in the 70s, early 70s. And, you playing sports, doing things. And, we had packs. And you had to pick our pack, big pack, on the people from, I grew up in Tyler Street and Hollenbeck and over there, 14621. So what you had to do is you had to pick your teams.
Uh-huh.
And you couldn't pick your father's team because everyone likes what dad likes. So for me, I picked why
Matt tried that with one of his kids too. I think didn't
My
one of
dad
them
brainwashed me.
right.
No, but
Right.
didn't one of your kids go to a different
Yeah,
team?
my oldest son's a Steelers fan.
Okay.
But
I
you
wasn't letting that shit
take him to
happen, my
Steelers
youngest.
game.
Yeah.
Every one of my
I think
neighborhood
that's-
now.
To me, I think that's awesome.
We'll be
As
there
I
in 2
sit
weeks.
here today,
Yeah.
every one of my neighborhood now that are still alive, they're
Yeah.
not all still alive,
Yeah, 'cause
unfortunately.
you're that old.
That I run into. Yeah, I am. I'm 61. We all stuck with the team. I know I picked the Rams because I like the name Roman Gabriel.
Yeah.
And I'm an Aries, and I like the helmet. The horn for Aries,
Wait,
the helmet.
yeah.
So that was my logic
So
at fucking
hang on.
6 years old,
Astrology
7 years
bro-
old.
Oh, okay. All right. 6 and 7. I got it.
But I stuck
Okay.
with them
Yes, you did.
even through.
All right, fine. I
Through
didn't
3
stick
moves.
with the Giants.
Los Angeles, St. Louis, back to Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
But my point as fans, I've been
Yes.
a Celtic fan
Yeah.
for 45
You can
years.
swear on
sorry,
here.
it's
On
not
the
radio.
podcast, you can swear.
I've been a Philadelphia Flyer fan since the Broad Street Bullies,
Yeah.
and I'm a Pittsburgh Pirate fan. He knows that.
Yeah.
And how sad have they been?
I don't know, but
I will never
I
change.
almost like them because they keep the cheapest payroll in baseball. They still
Easy to
have
get
it
tickets. Easy
Other
to
than
get
the
tickets
A's.
out there.
And they got the
Oh,
best
the A's
pitcher.
are
I think the
lower.
White Sox are actually the lowest this year.
This year.
Yeah, which is
When
why they're
were
going to set
fucking
the record.
worst
Did,
ever.
which he probably doesn't do. See what Skeens did yesterday?
No, I did not see
His rookie season, he's gonna because he 1.99 ERA
Yeah.
he's gonna end with.
He'll be the best. He'll be the best pitcher in baseball.
He'll be the
next
best
year.
pitcher for the Yankees 3 years from now. Because they'll say,
Oh,
One can
probably
hope.
true.
Man, one can hope.
Yeah. I like what Matt said about the Bills, and I'll ask you too. The next 2 games, Ravens, Texans. I think they have a better chance of being the Texans than the Ravens.
I don't know because I
Yeah.
so far the Ravens, they were 0-2 going into
Yeah, they were.
yesterday. And I definitely thought going into Big D,
Yeah.
you know what? Dallas needed to win. I didn't see that coming. I thought for sure the Ravens don't look like what everybody thought. And if you paid attention prior to the season, the Ravens were one of the, obviously the Chiefs, the
Yeah,
Bills,
yeah.
they're one of the top 3 teams
Yeah, they
predicted
were.
to go to Super Bowl from the
Yeah, they
AFC.
were.
Now look at them.
No, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
They can't. It's early.
The first 2 weeks don't count because no one plays in the free season.
Well, see, that's the thing that I get nervous about. Like, you can't get all high on if the Bills, there's still a second half to play, and I would assume that it'll end even if they,
oh yeah.
you know what I mean. So they go 3-0.
Why
It
is
still
that
doesn't
first
have
year?
me like I'm waiting for the games that you're saying
I'm telling
next
you,
week.
Baltimore
Next
punches
week.
them in the mouth next week. If they recover and win that game, I believe.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think you got a better chance against Houston.
Well, here's where I'll be the old guy I was, Louise. The Bills will never win a Super Bowl, so forget that. That's never happening. Just like the Cleveland Browns, it's never happening. They're never going to win. They're
What
just
the
cursed.
hell is going on with Cleveland? They got to get
they're
rid of
Cleveland. They're great.
But do we think
But,
that this?
but Buffalo, even though they're good,
Come on,
they're Cleveland.
Deshaun was supposed to be the savior at this,
Well,
wasn't he
Deshaun
not?
wasn't even good in Houston. Come
No.
on now. The only thing he's good at getting massages and getting jerked
Well,
off.
and now he's got. Isn't there another allegation against him
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it was a woman
which,
on a date?
Which Cleveland could get out of his
Good point.
contract if this
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah,
You know Cleveland's hoping that comes through.
They're probably helping it.
Probably.
but,
they probably
but
hire
the,
the girl.
and the money for him is guaranteed.
Unless this allegation comes through and then he's gone. Contract cut, over, done, no guaranteed money.
Okay.
Only what he's been paid so far. They'd walk away clean.
And no cap hit, I think, either.
Nothing.
Is most of his money at the end of the con? I don't remember
No,
how
it's
it's
spaced out evenly.
It was okay.
Yeah. He got a big signing bonus.
Yeah.
I want to admit something to you
Yes.
that I admitted
I
to my
can't wait.
2 new Bills friends about that. And I told Mark and Matt, they know this. So in 21, I think that with the, I know Bills were in the 4 Super Bowls in the 90s, but again, they should have won the one against the Giants. They didn't. The rest, they were embarrassed. They shouldn't even have been there. So if Bills went to the Super Bowl in 21, I told Mark I was cringing prior to getting there because I knew the Rams were going to go. I knew we had the team, but I knew the only team in the AFC that would beat the Rams ass was the Bills.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was cringing. I loved it when Kansas City pulled that game out, even though Buffalo deserved to win that game.
They did.
They were the
They
better
did.
team
They
then.
did. I think
And
so.
I didn't want to because for me,
Yeah.
being who I was in this city and all the for 40 years now crap I've talked about Buffalo, to have them beat us in the Super Bowl, I would have had to
God,
blow
that
my
would've
brains out.
Buffalo would have won that Super Bowl hands down.
Yes, they would have.
They wouldn't even been close.
Yeah, I
Rich-
don't know about
Rich-
not being close, but they would have won the game.
Rich said that right. He goes like this. He goes, I don't want the Bills to win this game.
What do you think of Josh Allen as a quarterback?
I think he's a great.
Exceed your expectations when he came in?
Well, he's a great quarterback. The problem is, Josh, just like we're going to talk about that Kansas City game, the guy, and you said I can swear, the fucking guy can do everything to make the team win. he can't play defense.
No.
Right.
So the defense is and all Bills fans can tell me, I know he's made mistakes here or there, but not that many. The defense has let them down and why they haven't gotten to where they want to be in that big game.
100%.
And it's not Josh. Problem is Josh is what, year 7 now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And I think we all agree he's got to stop jumping around like some fucking ballerina because his knee's going to get buckled one day. And then there is no more Josh Allen and there'll be no more Buffalo Bills. It'll be like the 80s again.
Yeah, it will.
Do you guys think if
It's early 2000s. What are you talking about?
If the Bills had won that
90s, early
Giants,
2000s.
It's all of it.
if the Bills
It's
had won
over.
that Giants Super Bowl, do you think they still would have gone to 4 straight?
Yes. AFC was terrible.
They might have.
Remember the
Yeah,
AFC
the
lost
AFC,
18
yeah.
straight Super Bowls to the NFC.
I mean, how about that comeback game, right? The comeback
the
of all
Oilers?
comebacks. Yeah, I mean, it's like,
What, Frank Reich?
yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's a comeback kid. I watched him beat the Rams in one big game in Buffalo. He pulled it out of his
Yeah.
butt. That's back with
He did it with
Flipper
Maryland.
Anderson
Yeah.
and Jim Everett.
Yeah.
We had
Oh,
the game
yeah.
won at the end of the game, and Frank Reich drove him and won the game. So he was always that guy.
Yeah.
You know, they had a great guy.
I think he's also I don't know about a head coach. He certainly seemed to be a decent offensive coordinator.
I would take
And
him.
I feel like he got fucked over in Carolina
Sure.
because that just did not. I mean,
Yeah.
don't you agree?
He
Like
got-
that
he
guy
got
should be a head
saved in
coach.
Carolina.
Where is he now?
I don't know. He should not be a head.
He's out of football.
I'm wondering, is he out of football?
Yeah.
he,
He should be an offensive
He
coordinator.
should be an offensive
He's
Well, I thought
coordinator.
brilliant.
Buffalo would have
Yeah.
brought him in a couple years ago when they were looking, when
I know a team in Dallas that needs an offensive coordinator next year when they fire McCarthy.
Oh yeah, because McCarthy's doing the calls. I looked the offense. I mean, yesterday, goddamn, they seem to be. I was so rooting for that.
Yeah. well, welcome to my world.
RJ Sauce.
Yeah, where'd you get that, pal?
Well, I stole it out of your car when you weren't
out
looking.
of the RJ's truck.
Yeah, out of the RJ's truck. You don't mind if I stole that, do you? But I've had your sauce before, and
Many people
I
have.
got to tell you that I was bothered by the fact that you thought I didn't like it.
Well, listen, Hillman,
Yeah.
Mark,
Yeah.
you and I have had many
Soldier.
conversations prior to me seeing Billy actually speaking on his thing, and
Yeah,
I'm
you think I
probably
didn't
gonna
like you?
advertise.
You thought I didn't like you?
Well, because I'm real. I'll tell the truth. I told him because back when I was advertising with you and John, I felt when I paid money for the live reads, you were just kind of going through the
No,
motions.
buddy.
Where John was very
Let me
passionate
explain-
about
Let me
it.
explain something to you. What you don't understand is they don't pay both of us to do it. It's one or the other. So John got the money to do your live ads. I would just step back.
Okay,
So I did the
nobody
live.
tells me that.
Well, then you well, that's
Now
on
you know.
them. But so I was trying not to step on it because John would be talking. And it's hard when you're trying to do a live read and somebody goes, "Oh yeah, man, this is like," you know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to do his job. So when he asked me, I said, "Yeah, I like it." But that was the only reason I didn't chime in. It had nothing to do with you personally.
Thank
When
you
have
for
I
clearing
ever,
that up.
ever had a problem?
Billy,
with
I
you?
know we've been friends for, you
Since-
said, I
since
said
the Penny
35 years
Arcade.
longer.
It was Penny Arcade. So anyway, I didn't
Yeah,
have
back
any,
when I
didn't
was
have any problem. But that's
hanging
why.
out with Cindy. What?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Yes. She used to come down
You
there.
don't know me. You don't know how old I am. I think I done this.
You're 61.
No, but all the people I know that.
All the
He's like the mayor.
So, Billy, yeah.
kinda-
So I apologize.
No, don't worry about it. I'm not offended. I just don't want you to think that I would do that to you.
Just like tonight. I mean, we talk.
Did I come over and sit with you? Why would I do that if I didn't
I
like
spend
you?
money on radio advertising,
Yes.
and I said to Mark again. I go, I'm friends with Billified. I watch Billified. I listen when you guys are on a Monday night to hear what kind of baloney you guys are talking about. But I don't. I look at it and I go, okay, so there's like 10, 15 people watching right now. Why am I going to advertise on that? Then you explain to me how it works.
The downloads.
I don't know how podcasts
Yeah,
work.
so it's
I
the
don't
audio
understand.
downloads
It's not
the
the
next
live,
day
right.
that I get. And that's where I don't even do the ads really on the screen stuff. I'll sometimes pre-do them and then lay them in later.
Should definitely look
So
into
that
being a
I
sponsor.
I can say it's about 5,000 per
So
episode.
you
And it stays forever.
And it goes
And it
across
stays-
the United States.
Yep,
It's not
and
just
it stays here.
But that was my big thing. I don't care about. I do a lot of online sales, but not enough to care about the all you sites. I learned this weekend. I've been out since 2020. I am now number one in my category in upstate New York.
Yeah.
I Purple Painted Lady Fest. I told you I sold 466 bottles of this stuff. But still, out of all those people, when I ask them, they never heard of it.
Right.
Seth Voorhees did a news story about me.
Right.
I mean, it's been
but
all
you know
around.
what? All
So
right.
my point is, there's so much just
Yes,
in our area.
yes.
So I'm not concerned with Bill
Yeah.
hitting people in California all
I
over.
got
You
you.
know what I mean, man?
Yes.
I'm not concerned with
I got
that.
you. All right. Well, I told you 90% of the people that listen in the greater Rochester area. Well, we're growing. It's a growth thing, buddy. Just like RJ. Just like RJ.
Okay, so you want to get your people going about my son? Tell them the story. Tell them about my son. Or do you want me to tell? Because once people know the story,
Well, I think the
they'll
story
go buy it for that alone. Which I
think-
don't want to use that just to buy it, but
no, but I
because
think
they taste
it's
it.
a great story. You built this for your kid.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been making this on my stove for almost 35 years.
Yeah.
When RJ, so I'll put, my son is born with autism. So when he was a little boy, he used to, make it with me and we do everything. And Dad, so eventually when he got a little bit older, you say, Dad, we should give it to other people. And I'd be like, because I had people come to my house and, friends and family, and I'd make it by the gallon for them. Here, take it home. Okay. Which a lot of people who make stuff like that do. RJ kept pushing me. And I go, RJ, when I retire, because back then, you never think you're going to retire. Well, for me, I was fortunate to be able to retire in 2019 from my job at the city of Rochester after 32 years. And the day after, RJ was like, okay, Dad, you said we were going to do it. And it was the night at the Tulio's last summer soiree. That was the last one he had, where you were there, Weeze was there, Paulie Guglielmo, all these people, and they all flipped out for the sauce. And they... Why I shouldn't have said.
Go on.
Shouldn't have
You keep going. You're fine.
There's another situation brewing.
Oh, and they all pushed me to go do it. So I started the process in July of 2019, got the first 20 cases to put on grocery shelf, second week of April 2020. And I brought them home. My wife goes, now what are you going to do, genius? We can't go anywhere or leave the house or do anything. And I'm like, well, I got an idea. I kind of know a lot of people in Rochester. Make me a Facebook page, Jennifer. So she made me a Facebook page. RJ and I, for 2 weeks, went driving around. I think I ended up giving out about 78 bottles. And when I went to do it, all my friends' houses and put it in their mailbox.
Okay.
And then I either texted them, called them, or left a note and said, if you like the sauce, go on Facebook and tell people. It blew up to where some of the local stuff around stores said, okay, let's carry it. And here we are now, 4.5 years later. We're number one in upstate.
2019, the first bar that put your sauce on their menu, their special menu.
Matt did. Yeah.
Let me say.
First bar.
No. Was it? It was 2 years before that.
Right.
I was making it by the gallon for him,
right.
and he was serving it to people because him and Blair, his ex-wife, who's passed, God bless her. Blair loved my sauce, so Matt did that.
I shouldn't say this because Matt's sitting there. I've not seen somebody be more supportive of local than Matt. Like, no matter what it is.
Well, and Rich is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
As much as sometimes he could be a dick. That's why we get along.
But you are very supportive of those. You are.
Yeah, I mean,
You do.
Rich has
He
done a
does
lot
great
for
job.
me.
Well,
I mean, he helped me with the music fest here a couple years ago. He
I'll
was
tell
the
you
first
what.
person to step up when
One
Blair
thing I
passed
learned
away,
about Matt
so.
Ray's, because we started being friends because he came to me when I had my entertainment business with all the bands.
Yeah.
To bands for the old bars, the old
Yeah.
bathtub billies. And that's how we became friends. But one thing I've learned about Matt, we bust balls and we've gotten into a few arguments and fights. But at the end, if you treat Matt Ray's right, Matt Ray's treats you right. His parents instilled that great thing in him, where people who treat me good, I'm going to treat them good.
Yeah.
And even though you might not like politics, sports, this and that, and the shit you can be passionate about, Matt don't care.
he doesn't.
Just treat me right. And that type of person is the type of person you like to have as a friend.
I agree.
I like arguing with him about sports, but I also know we can sit down and have a drink.
Argue with a fucking
I
puddle.
know, but he always gets the upper hand because his team wins Super Bowls. Mine don't.
Well,
I'm never going to see another Super
you
Bowl.
won 5. We only won 2.
I am not convinced of that.
I'm
I am
convinced
not.
of it.
I think that offense looked too good. They just got to figure out a coaching thing. All right. For Mark the soldier, who my son, thanks to Mark's money, got him the.
Cost me
out of the-
$3.
I know. Well, that's not bad, actually.
That's not
when you
really
think
bad.
about it.
If you look at the smirk on his face, that's how Mark looks like when he gets drunk.
Put that up to the camera.
Like yesterday.
Put it right up here.
Camera's
to
over
the-
there.
Oh, that one. There you go. Yeah. Like yesterday, huh? Yeah.
Yes.
Rich, always a pleasure to see you. Seriously, you look great.
Yeah,
You look good.
I'll come out to Fairport, do it if
Okay.
you want, and then call me tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the card. You got my number, but
All right.
I don't have any more. And we'll talk about advertising and what
Okay.
it's going to cost to do what I got to do.
We'll take care of it. We'll work it out.
But you just gotta. Like I told him earlier, I don't care if you don't like the sauce. Make people believe you do.
But I do like the sauce. That's the thing. I
Everybody
had it.
does.
I loved
I know.
it. Did you have one with cheese chunks in it?
No, dude. You know, quickly before you go, what I learned.
Somebody had. No, that was
No,
must not have
well,
been.
what I learned.
It is.
So after the first year and a half of having the original sauce out,
Yeah.
not the hot, I just had the one, the original. I never thought it was going to do what it did. This is when I made the hot. What I learned going to demos and that people go right away. Right away, a lot of people want to decide what's in it. They go, man, I love the blue cheese. I look at it, there's no blue cheese in it. It's the butter. Well, what do you mean? I taste blue cheese. So I had enough of that where I actually went online to educate myself about taste buds.
Oh.
And about what really things are. And just like we're all of our DNA is individual, everyone's taste buds are individual. So you might be one out of the 20, 30 people that taste my sauce and taste blue cheese because of the butter.
Yeah. Maybe that was what it was.
But it's only one of that because that's the way your taste buds are. So you might be that 1 out of 20 people that is so finicky.
All I know is I really liked it, and I used it on chicken, and I used it on. I think I've used it primarily on chicken.
I'm just trying to educate everybody. It's
Yeah.
how your taste buds, and there's 1 out of 20, 1 out of 30 people that, and those are the people that has a restaurant that taste the shit.
Or they just like it.
Well,
Sorry,
my point is that anything they taste that taste in this
I
one.
love the hot.
Okay, so we're gonna
I want to finish my point that they taste the shit at every restaurant and everywhere, and 100 people love Matt's Meat Hot Sauce, and the 2 that don't, they think they taste this in it. It's because of their individual taste buds and how they taste things.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that. What they're saying is
You
true.
tell them they have,
and I've learned that.
defective
that's
taste
a
buds?
fact. Study it.
It's crazy that when he's passionate about something, he really goes deep, man.
So do you.
Not that deep.
Yeah,
man.
you
That's
do.
deep.
Well, I got tired of
I don't
people-
research people's taste buds.
I got tired of
you don't
people
like it,
going,
don't fucking eat it.
I taste blue cheese. Bro, my sauce is red hot and butter and a few other key ingredients.
There's no blue cheese in there.
And it's real butter. Do you know another fun fact?
What?
Only buffalo sauce in the country in a bottle on a grocer's shelf made with real butter.
True story.
Really?
Most use fake butter.
No one uses butter. Matt doesn't use butter. He
don't
uses
use real
liquid like that.
Yeah.
No one. I only do.
It's just lazy, Matt.
Well, it costs a lot of money and it's solidified, so it becomes a problem.
Chicken wings are expensive enough. I don't need to spend more money.
All right, for Kevin Muir, for Rich Payalato. There you go.
Rich the Ram fan. That's how everybody knows him.
I didn't want.
It is.
I remember
though.
I used to drive to work going, who is this fucking
Yes,
asshole on
yes,
Wheeze every
yes,
Monday?
yes.
Billy, then tell them, and we know that. What did you were there? What did they? That was my job. If I didn't call in and bust weaves or rip
Oh,
the bills,
God, it was
they
so
didn't,
great.
But they
It
didn't
was
want me then.
so
It was
great.
great, though.
And the best was Tommy would be such a
Yep.
dick back
Yep.
to you. And make
Right,
fun of
Tommy?
you.
But-
No
Oh,
way.
God, it was so funny.
But Stanley Main said, "Rich is the fucking
Yes.
great lightning rod."
Yes, you're allowed to say that word.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You are a great.
You know, it
lightning
was
rod.
great to see somebody with that passion that I had for my team. And I would laugh at it every
Keyword
Monday.
he
Go,
said
what a
had.
dick! But, I don't have that passion this year. I'm not gonna lie.
and that's why I stopped calling
I
myself
can't
Rich the Ram
believe
fan.
this. I am so surprised by Matt Reese and his fact that he says, I'll root for my team, but I'm not as, what did you say?
Not
Emotionally
emotionally attached.
invested.
Nope.
I'm not emotionally invested.
Yeah, he is. He's got a bigger tattoo. I have 3 Ram tattoos, but he has one bigger than mine. So he is emotional. Don't talk to that crap.
No,
Well, yeah,
He's
I-
a
it's not
diehard
ruining my
Cowboy
week. I am
fan,
a diehard.
and don't ever change.
it's never
and
let
be
me
emotional.
ruin my week anymore. Though it used to ruin my whole fucking week. It's not
see,
happening
that's the,
anymore.
that I like.
Yeah,
That
I don't let it
give
do
you
that anymore. I
little-
agree.
That I
used
have to say, you're
Oh,
better
listen,
off.
when I'm watching that team, I'm yelling and screaming at them. I'm cheering for them, but at the end of the day, I go, my life's not really different.
It
It's
ruins
millionaire
my
film
night.
about it.
Jen knows if the Ram lost, don't.
right, Rich,
don't
are you-
don't talk to your
That's how I used
grandfather.
to
Don't
be,
talk to him.
Are you more likely to get laid after a win or a loss?
Oh, definitely a win.
Oh,
At
definitely.
a
win.
loss, I don't want to look at her. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, but if she offered to just like make your night, make you happier, anything, no.
What we're talking, time out. We're not talking a regular season estimates. That's different. We're talking a playoff loss or like a Super Bowl, like in 2019, no, or 18.
Yes.
Don't when when the Patriots beat us.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me for 4 days.
I would listen. If the Cowboys make the Super Bowl and they lose, don't talk to me for a month. I will be emotionally attached. I promise you.
Okay. All right.
I'll be back then.
I might even commit suicide at that point.
No, you won't. Jesus, don't even say that.
The big reason why, Bill?
Yeah.
Because I come to Matt's bar, and I'm not obnoxious to the Bills fans, but I get to walk in with, what's my hat say? Super Bowl champion. I get to walk, especially with Bills fans, because they've never won anything and they're never gonna. I get to walk in and be cocky. So you want that.
Yes, you do.
And we just won a Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Yes,
so
I'm aware. I'm aware.
So you want that.
Yes.
And I enjoy. That's why I'm all ram geared out tonight.
You
And
are.
I didn't get in fights anymore. The Bills are going to win tonight. I told them that. But my point is, that's what you love the most about it. Because for me, it's been over 2 years. I can still walk around with this in front of Bills fans. Because what are they going to say?
By the way, we're at the Soldier score. 34-10 is what he picked.
I know, it's crazy.
If it holds,
Bills are going to score at least another touchdown.
They're driving right now.
Did the Bills put Travinsky in yet?
No.
They should. They score again.
They got a guy
Get
from the
Josh
ninth
out.
row
think
with
so.
300 sitting in there.
I agree.
all right, for Rich, Matt, thank you for allowing us
Yes,
to come
thank you
out,
guys
take
for
over
coming.
some tables and stuff
Great
like that. RJ Sauce.
You can get it in over 70 locations in upstate New York, anywhere around here. Greece, if ever look around, you can find it. It's all over. Please give it a try. Trust me, everyone loves it. Like I said, I sold more sauce at that festival than anyone else there, even close.
All right, and for Kevin Muir, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow. I better like this hot sauce. I better love it.
This ain't no hotel I'm letting you from. Now it's a Tennessee prison up a brushy mountain.